Hello everyone, M. Hauser here. I am doing a review of Dixie Kong's Double Trouble for the Super Nintendo. That's right, for the Super Nintendo. Alright, let's get into it. Let's talk about some of the things I liked in this game. There are a couple bosses I really liked, and those bosses, I'm going to have some footage of them here. We got Bleak, it's a snow boss. It's a really cool boss. I like the throwing of the snowballs. Then we have Squirt. It's pretty neat. You have to learn how to jump over this little shooting thing. It's a pretty neat little boss. And then I'm going to show you some footage here. And I'm going to go into a couple things I didn't like. The Fish Eater levels, really hard and annoying. And we got the Coin Dozer levels, really annoying. And then we have Lightning level, really dumb. Whoever came up with that idea is annoying, and I don't like that person. But we're gonna get into some footage of me playing what is his name? Baron K. Rulestein. That is his name this time. He is this is the normal boss, or the normal time you beat him, not in the Lost World. Not the Lost World boss, whatever you want to call them. They usually have two bosses, the normal boss and then the Lost World boss, and then the Lost World gives you a different ending or something special. So this is me beating him at the normal time. I didn't actually do the Lost World one this one time. It's too inclusive, or too much work. I don't know if inclusive is the right word there. I just didn't want to do all the work. So let's get into the story. For this game, Donkey and Diddy have gone out exploring, and they haven't come back. And Dixie decides to go out and find them. And along her way, she meets a lot of people. She meets these bears. She meets Wrinkly. She's new. It's like your grandma, supposedly. Which was the save cave, basically where you save, you meet Wrinkly. And then when you meet this new guy, and he's new to the series. His name's Kiddy Kong. He is your cousin, I believe. And I think that in my opinion, it just looks like they gave Donkey Kong a blue shirt. So I don't know how hard they tried on the animations there, but I think that's what they did. Let's talk about some more of the things that I like about this game. Well, in order to beat the game completely, you have to get all the bonus coins, all the DK coins, and all the banana birds. Now, there are 85 bonus coins, which let you unlock Lost World levels, and they let you buy things like the mirror and items. I believe other items maybe you have to buy with it. And then you also need to find all the DK coins, which there are 41 DK coins, and 35 of them are in the outside Lost World, or 35 of them are in the outside world, and 6 of them are in the Lost World. So you gotta find all those, and if you get all the DK coins, you unlock the gyrocopter from Funky. He'll make you a gyrocopter, and if you unlock the gyrocopter, you can get the last 3 of the 15 banana birds. And the 3 banana once you get all 15 of the banana birds, the 15 banana birds unlock Mother Bird, which I believe gives you a special demo or some sort of ending, something special. I know that much. That is the gist of the game. There are a lot of new features in this one. They give you the ability to free roam basically on the world. You can walk and swim wherever you'd like. Sometimes you have to stay on the path, but majority of the time you can go sort of in your own direction, especially when you're on your hovercraft, your speedboat, and the gyrocopter. But they added also an inventory system, which where you can get items and collect certain items. It's kind of neat. I can take it or leave it. I mean, not really sure how I feel about it. I'm sort of on the fence. I don't really love it. I don't really hate it. So that's my opinion of the inventory. They added that, and then also your supposed enemy through most of the game is someone called Chaos, which you're not really sure who it is until you get to the end here, and you figure out that is actually King Croc himself, who has created this sort of like fake guy as like a cover-up for his plan for world domination or whatever it is he's always tried to do. Other things that I thought were weird they did not have Rambi in this one, and I really like Rambi from the last two. So I also thought that in the first one, you got every time you had a game over and you restarted, you got 5 lives. You'll see me beat Baron K. Rulestein here, and you'll see me. You'll see a little clip here of where Diddy and Dixie thought they were in a different world. I thought it was the power of I had the power of a crazed man. It's over, he says, because Dixie and Kitty come and saved us. So, and then I think Cranky shows up here. Yeah, I bet even Cranky would be after that. And he says, nope, not really. I guess Cranky wasn't impressed. Well, you go this way and I'll go that way. So they're going to beat up on Cranky. But after that, they sort of go into all the characters again like they do in most of the other games. And I'll sort of go through in and out here talking about the characters and talking about things about the game. I was mentioning that they didn't have Rambi. I thought that was weird. They had him in the first one, the second one, not in the third one. They introduced this new character called Ellie, and she's an elephant, and she is a dumb elephant. I don't like her at all. In the beginning, you have to learn that she's afraid of rats, and she won't jump near them. She'll only jump on top of them. I don't get it. I really didn't like her that much at all anyways. And then also, I'll just wait till they show the clips to talk about the animal creatures. But the difficulty level, I'm not sure if it went up or down. I mean, more or less, I think they made you think more than just really hard platforming. Like, they give you puzzles and specific things you have to try to use your brain and figure out. Like with the coin guys who have the DK coins as their shield, you've got to think how to beat them. And this one's a copter. I'm not even sure they tried on that one, but that's sort of like the thinking I think they went with. They're like, well, we'll try, instead of making a really hard platforming game, we'll make a game with some adventure where, you know, the inventory system, and then we'll make one where you have a little bit of puzzling and thinking before you have to do that, which I'm not sure if it worked for them. I mean, in my opinion, I like the Donkey Kong games a lot, so I'll play any of them. So I'm really I didn't hate this game, but there's the coin guys I was just mentioning earlier. Those guys, the only way to kill them is to find a way to distract them and throw a barrel to hit them in the back, or get it to where they have an opening, like maybe on their belly. I never even saw those guys in the game, Cuff and Clout. I mean, I never saw them. I maybe saw them in the Lost Worlds once when I was trying to figure out the Lost Worlds. And then they named this a Sneak, which I always thought that was weird. I think they named it a Neek in the last one or something like that. I don't even think the S was in the last game. But the game, let's talk about Donkey Kong Country, the series, for a minute. Well, they had 3 games. They had one in 1994, which sold a shit ton of copies. Was really popular. That was the first Donkey Kong Country. You know, the bad guys it was where your banana horde had been stolen, and you were Diddy and Donkey trying to, you know, get your banana horde back. And then there was no Lost World in that one, I don't believe. So you just had to get all the coins and everything to get 100% completion. Then in 1995, they came out with Diddy's Kong Quest, which was it was a lot harder than this game and the third one. It had some of the points that were just really challenging. You had to try pretty hard to figure out the next step you would take, or where the platforming and all that stuff. It was just, I think that game was one of the hardest games. And in order to get the Lost Worlds, you had to collect 15 coin, or to complete you completed the game normally, you got the normal ending, and you fighted Captain K Rool? Yeah, he was a sort of pirate themed. It was pirate themed. That was the second one. And you beat that game through normally. In order to get the Lost Worlds, you had to go back and find every single coin. I think they were called Creme coins. And if you got all those, you would buy all the Lost World levels until you got to the Lost World battle boss. And then you fight the Lost World boss, and you get the secret ending. And they also had a rating scale with how many DK coins you found. You know, you got like a Yoshi rating, or a Mario rating, or a Link rating. And then in the third one, which came out in 1996, you beat the game through completely like I have here. And in order to get the special demo or special ending, whatever it is that you get, you have to go back and beat the Lost World again, or beat through all the Lost World levels, beat the Lost World bad guy. You have to use the gyrocopter to get free Mother Bird, and I believe it even has 100. I think that gets you 103%, and then to get 105%, you have to actually put it on like a higher difficulty setting and go back and beat that. And I did not want to do that. Let's talk about the bosses. The bosses did really good in this game. Belcha, first boss, really not that hard, but very interesting. And then they've got a rack. I don't know how they pronounce that. Arch. I don't know. It's a good boss. Then they've got Squirt. That's one I mentioned before. Good boss. All the bosses seemed like they did a good job. I didn't have any problems with them. Then Chaos. It was interesting. That's when you think that that's the bad guy in this one. It's actually King Croc. Now Bleak. What did I call it before? Bleak is a really cool bad guy. If you want to play any sort of cool bad guy, says you pick up this game and play that one. Then we got Barbos, neat itself, not very extremely challenging, but still very neat. And then the final boss, which they'll say his name here is Baron K. Rulestein. It's just sort of weird. I think they're going with the whole mad scientist theme or whatever you have. And then I don't know if I mentioned this before, but the soundtrack in my mind wasn't as great as the first two. I don't know. Well, let's talk about the animal buddies anyways. Ellie, there's the Ellie, the one who's always afraid of the rats. Didn't like her at all. Squitter, he's fine. I actually like that character a lot. Weapon system they got on him is pretty neat. And then this bird, actually, I mean, she's another take it or leave it character. Perry, you just use that to pick up special items basically. Ungarde, he's still the same. He didn't have any. They used him well in this game. Let's see what else there is here. There might be two more. There's Squawks, which shoots whatever it shoots out of its mouth. I'm not even sure. And then there was another bird that they didn't show a photo of that didn't shoot anything out of its mouth. It picked up stuff, and you used it picking up to get through the levels. And I didn't like that at all. I was just thinking, why did they make up another bird? It was purple. Why couldn't they just use Squawks? It's retarded stuff. But then they're going into the bears and stuff, and I mean the bears don't really play a role as far as gameplay. They just sort of play a role in like collecting the birds, collecting the items, and getting 100%. So this is going to be my last review for the Donkey Kong series. I mean, I sort of went through all three. I went through all three of the Donkey Kongs for the Super Nintendo, and I think we move on to something else now. I don't know what my next project's going to be. Got some old Nintendo games lying around and NES games that I might go into. There's Funky, reoccurring character. They made him in all three of them. And Swanky's Sideshow was actually one of the best features of this game. I mean, the second one they really screwed up the bonus stuff, and the third one they were like, man, bonus is not buying and getting secrets. The bonus is games, so they put that in there. And then there's the new Wrinkly, and I'd just like to end saying I appreciate the views. If you're interested in these sort of reviews and commentary and stuff, just comment, please subscribe. If you want to know anything else, you can message me and ask me myself. They're going to show a little clip here of Kiddy Kong, what he can do, saying bye, that big ugly primate. Then they show Dixie, who, I mean, watch this right here, this little run. Whoever had to do this practiced a lot. Left, right, all the way to the left, all the way down, land on this. And then Kitty comes out and kicks her butt. But I just want to say thanks for watching, and bye.